The resort brigades. The resort brigades, what I told you before, is that every chef de partie is in charge, is the responsibility for everything they do it, and also to organize the work for the staff with him. Usually, in each party, you have the chef de partie, the demi-chef, and the two commis minimum, each one. Most of them, in the end, we have the executive sous chef and the executive chef. That's the resort brigades is like this. And all the cleaners and in the kitchen, like for the dish machine, for the pot machine and everything. This is a separate, but all these people is under the executive chef. They have the time work from them. The executive chef is the one. Are you in the resort? Hot station, cold station, and pasta station. Yes, this is what I told on the beginning. The hot station is the soucier and the intermediate, where we make the first course and the main course. The cold station section is the garde-manger, where all the cold and also everything is 21. Yes, the cold station is where we prepare and also where we arrive all the fresh fish and fresh meat, all the fresh vegetables, they arrive to the garde-manger, and after they're going to separate the rest of the kitchen. The pastry is the place where we make all the sweets, cookies, bread, all the bakeries in the pastry station. Usually, all the resort kitchen is divided like that. Hello, everyone. Anyone have any question? No.
No, no question. It's very clear.
Okay. Bakery. Well, the bakery, pizza, and focaccia, all this usually is in the same place where it's the pastry station. But if a big one and have a different place and have a lots of space, yeah, of course, we make them separate from the pastry. But the pastry chef and the bakery chef, usually they're working together most of the time because it's good to have the team like that. The show cooking in the kitchen, in the resorts, also the show cooking usually is one of the demi-chef or the commis. They go out to the show cooking with the chef de partie sometimes. And usually one each station, like one from the intermediate, one the soucier, and one from the garde-manger. Depend. Usually the guys working in the garde-manger going on the buffet and they're working on the cold plate in the cold areas. On the cooking show, the one from the intermediate and the associate when they're working on the grill, on the fryer, or they're working in the pasta station, or also where you making the express food like this. The wash area, that's one of the most important from the kitchen. Some people, they think it's the last one, but it's not true. Because the people working on the wash area and they keeping you all the equipment ready for work. That's very important. And it's very important to respect the people working in the wash area. Because if you have the cooperation with them, you have all the time your place clean and nice. You need all the equipment you need, you found right away, clean and ready for work. So that's what I recommend to all of my staff all the time. Max respect for the people working in the wash area and the dishwashers on the cleaner. Absolutely. For me, this is one of the most important. Because if all the staff working together in the same way, don't think one is better than other ones, but everyone's is very important in the team. Absolutely. All the time I say, don't forget the people working in the wash area is important for you if you need your equipment ready to work. Very good. You can go on. Well, the concept from the line, from the mise en place, before we say the mise en place, and because when I started working, we speaking in French in the kitchen, and also the menu was written in French language. But now everything has changed, and that's to be changed. But everything you need must be in the same line, the station where you work. Food ready to cut, portion ready, buzzer preparation, ingredients and which sauce the trays assembled, clean the utensility. Well, everything must be done before the service. Usually we have all the preparation before. When you start working, you have just to menu and organize all your stations, and all the mise en place must be done, ready to whatever you need the moment, and you don't need to watch what is it, because if you organize correct, you already know what is it, everything. And this is one of the most important jobs from the chef de partie, and to organize and to set up all the staff, all the ingredients and all the equipment for the staff working with them. Yeah, that's very good. Well, that's internal communication and brigade psychology. The communication in the kitchen, yes, most of the time is nice and good. If you're working with your staff in the right way and you respect the place and the people working with you, it's not difficult. Everything is very easy and simple. But sometimes not, because on the psychology of the people, it's not easy to understand what is the rules, what's the responsibility from the staff, and at the same time, what the people thinking to do it. Everyone's thinking you are the best one. I am the best of you, or you are the best of me. No way. In the kitchen, everyone's in the same line, in the same place. But the rules is very important to be respected. The rules, also the position and everything. Because when we're making good, everybody making good. When something is wrong, the fault is from the who's have the responsibility from the place and the rules as well. Absolutely, yes. It's true. This is the internal communication. Everybody understand me?
Yes.
Yes, we understand you.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I
Completely
don't listen any comments. I like if someone of you they say something about.
Yes, understood.
You understood, right? Because you see, lots of you around of the world, Abel, Mohammed, and Ibrahim. So good. Anyway,
There's somebody that raised his hand, Muhammad Afan. Do you have a question?
Yes, I have. In the previous slide, you talking about the ingredients which. What does mean ingredients which?
the ingredients for sorry, can you say again?
In the previous slide, you talking about ingredients which. Can you explain it?
In the previous line,
Yes, yes. Ingredients which.
well, the vegetable is about the mise en place you have about the menu. You read the
Yes.
menu and you need all the ingredients you need. It's very important before the service start. You have everything done and in the right place, and you can find it right away without looking around. Where is this? Where is this? But if you know if you organize your table work and also the place, keeping the place found very easy and fast and making good, and you're keeping clean all the time. That's what I mean.
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome. It's very nice. Thank you very much for that. If anyone's have any question like your colleague, I'm very happy to repeat or to explain better. Absolutely, that's important to understand what we're doing now. Because if we start to do these courses, it's important of both of you, all of you, sorry.
So where one of the bases or the portions laid out here finishes, does that mean you have to prepare another one to make sure the line doesn't break, or you tell the guests it's finished?
Well, that's to say to the guest that finish is the last step to do it. Usually, when you have the buffet or something like this, well, we have to organize to have everything, but it's normal to finish some ingredients or something like this, especially in the buffet. If it's finished salad or it's finished something like this, you must replace with something else. If, for example, you have a seafood, okay, you finish the seafood, you can make the cocktail gum, prawns, or something like this. You must have to replace that, because if the guest don't found that, I say, I'm so sorry, but we have finishing with that. That's the communication you have with you and your guest, or the waiter, the head waiter, usually the mat, doing the organize on the buffet outside with the chefs. The chefs and waiters are must working together. That's all the time what I say to everyone. Don't thinking you do the best place, the best plate, and absolutely very good, but the service is no good, you don't do nothing. At the same time, the service is very good, and the food sometimes is not properly like this. The first phase in front of the guest is from the waiter. So kitchen and waiters must be work together on the same line, and cooperation for them from all the sizes. That is very, very important. Absolutely. Don't think to do something different like this. The concept to keep the line on and everything is usually people working on the side of the buffet, they know how to organize and manage this, to have the line all the time in the correct place, everything. You don't need to have the code or something like this, but you must have everything you need. Everything is in the menu or the buffet, you have to for all the service usually, especially in the cold place or something like this.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. Great, that's nice. I like to have a conversation with you like this to if you make me some answers or questions. I like to communicate. Why not? That is important.
I have a question.
Yes, anyone.
Can we get the slides at the end of the lecture?
Slides?
Yes.
Slides of what? Sorry.
End of the lecture, like after the lecture, will you share the slides with us?
Oh, yes. I know.
Yes,
Okay.
the slides will be shared with you.
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
of course.
Thank you so much.
No, you're welcome. Absolutely, yes. Well, we can go on. We're talking about the internal communication in the Brigade psychology. Everybody understand what I say about this?
Yes, we understand.
Yes, we do.
Yes, understood, Professor. Please go on.
Okay.
Yes,
So about these rules, right? So in the kitchen, does it mean they would be yelling, right? When a client or a customer requests for a meal, you yell, or like how does it work? Because I know that place is usually noisy. And then since we're also dealing with food, does it also mean we are putting on face mask, given that you have to talk, no matter how little you have to talk, you're talking, and we're dealing with food. So the hygiene part of it, having to yell while cooking. So how does that part actually? How does it work exactly?
Wow.
Okay, Chef. Okay. Chef, did you get the question?
Yeah, I got the question. Yes, the question. And just try to explain the better. Well, when you're speaking with a guest, of course, if you have the mask or something like this, it's not comfortable to speak with a guest. Like most of the time, also if you don't understand. But usually you can take out the mask because you don't stay face to face, but you have the distance from them, so you can explain to him whatever he wants to understand in very gently, clear, and quiet. That's very important. Most of the guests they're asking you about the ingredients or why you do that or how to do that. Yeah, we can explain, but you have to stay. You don't have to tell him all the receipt or how to do it, but what is like. And anyway, tell to the guest, making the food is very easy and simple for everyone. You have just to do it and try. Taste the food before, and we understand the taste on them. And if it's good for you, you're making good for everyone. That's the simple words, and everyone's they understand very easy. The guests they like to think, and also him. They have the power to do the same do what you do, but it's not true in the end. You say the truth because if you taste the food, you enjoy it, the what you do it, you are happy. So everything is come to very easy to make it. And that's what I do it with the guests all the time. When they say to me, "Oh, yeah, that was very nice, that was very good. How do you make it?" Well, we just buy the best quality on the market and we don't change the taste because they grow up very good. If you have a good quality, you're making good quality also the food. You have just taste. If it's nice for me, it's nice for you. It's funny to say something like this, but it's smiling and everything is coming very easy to do it. That's
Oh, okay, Chef. I don't think you got my question. I mean, I'm not talking of in the part of talking to the guests now. I'm saying you got an order from a guest and you have to relay it, I'm assuming, right? You have to relay it to the kitchen to give you that food to serve the guest. So when you pass on that message, I think there should be like a line, like a chain where you pass it on, another person takes it up and starts to, put the dish together before passing it back to you as a waiter. So I'm saying within that time where we are talking, not with the guest now, I mean within the staff, from when the order gets to the kitchen, and then you have to tell this person, this one tells this person, and then they put it together, pass the plate around like that. So like,
The
is there?
assistant is basically not a chef.
Yeah, but you're talking about when you have the service in the middle of the service like a la carte. You have the command.
Yeah, okay, let's say that, yes.
But
So the ideal, given that you're yelling, you have to be loud enough for the next person to hear because of how busy the kitchen is. Like the hygiene around that part when you're serving food to the guests is what I wanted to really understand.
Honestly, if I really understand you, you want to know, well, when you have the order, when you bring the order to the kitchen, usually they have the chef, then giving the rest of the writing on the paper or on the la command, and they explain to everyone, envoyez la suite, envoyez that. That's what they say. But must be, of course, the voice is very important to be clear and all the stuff they understand in you. If I understand correctly.
Chef, can I contribute a little?
Yes, of course.
Okay, thank you very much, Chef, for the lecture. If I can actually get your question right, you're asking if in the kitchen you're supposed to yell or not. Okay, so if you have not worked in the resort kitchen before, I'd like to inform you that there's no need of you yelling. If you are,
Okay.
I don't know which role you're going to play in the summertime. If you are a waiter, your role is different. If you're working in the kitchen, your role is also different. So if you are working in the kitchen, you are either working in the different section that has been mentioned earlier by the chef, which is either in the cold section, the hot section, the pastry, the bakery, the show cooking, or the wash area.
Okay.
And according to my knowledge, I don't think any one of you should be working in the wash area. However, any section you find yourself, most likely you are not required to shout. There's always an intermediate between the kitchen and the buffet service, for example. So if you are supposed to get maybe an order to refill the buffet service, there's someone that's always in charge of the buffet service that also pass on your message to the kitchen. So there's always an intermediate, so there's no need to yell
Okay.
or shout to anybody. So it's not so difficult, and the rules that was written here is just for everybody. When you're in the kitchen, you are supposed to speak as little as possible. There's no time to gist or talk with anybody. And if at times there's a little bit of your time, you can actually still communicate with your colleagues. But you are actually required to speak clearly, loud enough for everybody to hear you, or whoever you're talking to hear you. And you are importantly, you are required to actually listen to the station's chef or your head. Anybody that is in charge of you should actually pay attention to the person and never argue during service. So even if it's your colleague that maybe somebody has been there, for example, maybe you're supposed to work in June, but you have one of your colleagues from Agorà that started working in May, you are actually assigned to the person. You are required to actually listen to the person, irrespective, even if the person is a junior person to you by age or whatever. You have to put aside any seniority of any kind and listen to the person. I personally worked last summer, and I even worked under people that were like way younger than me. And the most important thing is for you to actually listen to whoever you're being assigned to and never argue during the service, that is during the buffet time or whatever service it is. So most of these things will be explained to you more as time goes on, but this is just more or less an introduction class. I hope I was clear enough.
Yes, this is clear. Thank you.
Right. Ahmed Mustafa, you have your hand raised up.
Hello, am I
Hello?
audible?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
So I want to ask a question. Like, kitchen assistant is not a chef and also not a waiter. So I want to know, like, can you please elaborate a little bit more about this position? And one thing more, I also want to know which type of skills should kitchen assistant possess?
Well, the kitchen assistant usually is the commis or whatever is it. You're working with the party and helping you in that. That's the kitchen assistant. They help the chef de party to all the preparation, to organize and to prepare all the menu, to check if you have all the ingredients and all the equipment you need to prepare the menu of the day. That is the kitchen assistant. And you are the trainer for them. You're working with the chef de party within, and you are the trainer for them. You have just to catch what he's doing. and also to learn what is the good for them. Because every day when we start, we learn something. Also, the chef every day they learn something from all the brigades. That is important too. That's what my psychology and what you can do. If you are the kitchen assistant and your skill is to go to be a chef de partie, and then one day the executive sous chef does, and the executive chef, this is what you have to work in yourself, but to understand what your colleagues do it and try to learn from them, and also after you have to do it something from you to private for you and building up in your professional skill. That's it. That's very true.
During your time in the kitchen, you'll
Yeah.
most likely be required to work with sometimes different types of chef because according to our lesson today, we have the barricade in the kitchen. We have the executive chef, who is the first person in charge of the kitchen. We have the sous chef, he's the right hand person in the kitchen. He works directly under the executive chef. We also have the station chefs, and then this is where most of us come in, the commis chef. That is mostly a student's role. Sometimes you can also be assigned to be a station chef depending on how experienced you are. So most likely we work under, as students, you're required to work under your station chef if you are not a station chef yourself, and also under the sous chef and the executive chef. So mostly you report to one person, which is the top chef, the executive chef. However, if he's not present in the hotel, there are other people that will be assigned to being in charge of you. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay, I got it. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we have another person raising up.
Just
Elizabeth.
a quick one. You said you're assigned to like one chef. Is it like, do you take orders from different chefs? Like you take orders from them, or when they tell you something, you do it?
Okay, so let me say the kitchen is most likely like your family. Let me
Yeah,
say it that way. For example, in the family, we have the father, we have the mother, we have your siblings.
absolutely.
You take instruction from the father, the mother, or your sibling, depending on whatever it might be. So likewise in the results kitchen, the kitchen is also a big family. We
Okay.
have the executive chef, we have the sous chef, you have your colleagues, you have station chefs, we even have the dishwasher. So you can take instruction from anybody. It depends on whatever instruction is being passed to you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Even your colleague can actually give you instruction that, please, can you help me with this? I don't know, any type of instruction.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Right.
You just have to have a open mind when you're working in the kitchen. It's very important.
Thank you.
Yes.
Right.
I have a question also, Victoria.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I see on executive chiefs, we're supposed to verify the HACCP, the name HACCP. So my question is, what is the most important HACCP rule that you check every single day in your kitchen so as to make sure the food is made a quality?
Okay,
Well,
so I'll give chef. Okay, yes, chef, please.
this the executive chef every day they have to check if everything is done, if all the staff have what they need to work in good, and the chef to have to organize everything for that. Of course, the executive chef is organized because most of the time it's not difficult to making the food, but to organize and set up all the equipment and everything you need for the brigade to working good. That's every day the chef have to do it. Absolutely, yes. And everyone's must have to do it what the executive chef say to do. You have to work in program and like the business plan like this, because in the end of the month, all the executive chef have to check the food cost and everything. That is important to have under control all the food, all the ingredients, and all the equipment from the kitchen. Yeah, that's right.
My question also, how do you balance the service quality and operation efficiency when the hotel is at full capacity?
Well, when it's full, the hotel is most simple than when it's empty, because when it's full, you have to just to buy more stuff and to organize everything in the goods, of course. Also, the hotel is full. Yeah, that is very good for the executive chef, because the food costs come down and it's more simple to organize, because you're going with the full, so you organize the quantity and the quality at the same time. It's not really. It's more difficult when the hotel is not full. But when the hotel, the result is there full, everything is running very fast and quickly, and all the equipments you buy fresh and you finish it right away. So the day you have the delivery from the fresh foods and for everything. Most of the people, they think when the hotel is full, it's difficult. Lots of guests, so you have to work in you understand the quantities or something like it. But no, it's more simple. Many years ago, I was the executive chef in the big hotel in Sharm el Sheikh, the Coral Bay. And in Coral Bay, from the breakfast, lunch, dinner, we have 12 outlets. And plus the staff house, the staff restaurant. Anyway, altogether, we do it around 11,000, 12,000 dishes per day. So, but everything is coming very easy and simple, because you're just working with the food result. You have just a big quantity, that's true, but you can distribute in all the outlets and everywhere. It's more simple for the chef to organize when the hotel is full than when it's not full, or you don't know how many people you have. The forecast of the guests is very important to, when you have the hotel full, it's simple. It's more simple, absolutely, yes. Big number is big quantity, but also you have lots of stuff to do it, and you can manage and you organize the stuff in the right way. That is it's one of the most simple when the hotel is full.
If there are no questions,
Okay.
you'll be communicated to pretty soon. So please kindly be patient. The admin person is working on making sure everybody gets informed on all of the lectures and how to be distributed. So please follow through, and we really wish you have a very wonderful experience during the summer. So kindly pay attention to any classes you're attending, because they build the foundation to anything you're going to be doing during the summertime. Thank you very much, Chef, for today.
Thank you very much for the help, Victoria, and thank you very much for everyone. And well, I hope to do my best for both of you. But any question you have anytime, you can contact the academy, and I'm very happy to do it. Everything you can do.
Yes.
Thank you very much to everyone. Thank you.